Good afternoon, viewers. This is the Barry Peatling Show, and I'm with Barry Peatling. Hello, viewers.
Just welcome to my new viewers, Colin. The last few weeks we're getting a lot of new viewers. I just welcome to them, and plenty of variety in the show, and so keep watching.
So they're starting to tune in again in numbers.
There was 300 hits on Djokovic's video last week. It's extraordinary.
Extraordinary. So you hope to get more. We've got a little bit of cricket stuff today.
Well, a bit of cricket.
Some news about boxing, but firstly we'll have a look at this. You start off the show again.
Yeah,
Peatling Keen.
Yeah, I went up to Horsham in 1992 or 91, whatever it was, and to go to the races, and I was walking past the Women Mail Times, and Murray Lawson was at the front. He called out, he said, "Come in, Barry, and I'll do an interview with you." So there you go.
Who's Murray Lawson again for the viewers?
He was the leading sports editor for Horsham Mail Times. He only retired about 5 years ago.
They call it the Women Mail Times.
Women Mail Times, yeah. What do I call it?
Horsham Times.
Yeah, Women Mail Times, yeah. That was, I think it was called the Horsham Mail Times in the 60s, but he done an interview, and he was, I was sort of after a coach, sort of half looking after a coach, but he gave me a bit
For what team? For Rapanya?
No, I was just up there, and he said, because Minyip and Matoa, they were after coach, and I was thinking about I did put in for Minyip, but I didn't get it because Bill McGrath's son got it in front of me.
Oh, okay.
But that was not a bad headline for 1991 for Mr. Peatling.
A bit of a comeback to it. Now, just on our headline, as our headline suggests, you've got some news about Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, I heard some sad news on the radio this morning. He was one of my greatest sportsmen I've ever seen, Colin.
Greatest sports hero?
No, not one. He's the greatest sportsman I've ever seen.
Has he ever motivated you?
Yes, I used to watch all his fights back in the 60s. He was a fitness fanatic. He was the most perfect human being for a boxer, athlete, or anything.
How did you take him when he first came on the scene?
No, he was a bit of a loudmouth, but nothing like Mundine. Mundine is a loudmouth, and he used to always have a go at his own race and all that stuff. But Muhammad Ali, he was unique.
What's the difference between him and Mundine?
Oh, about 100%.
So he actually put his money where his mouth was?
He could predict rounds. In the first half a dozen fights, he was predicting the rounds, and bang, and they knocked them down. Didn't miss that, didn't muck about.
No.
And he had 3 comebacks, but it would have been one too many, Colin, back in the 80s. And
so if Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali had a fight, who'd win?
Tyson would last about 5 rounds, but he would knock him out too early because he had a pretty hard head, Tyson, but he would have slowly worn him down.
Yeah, Tyson was a harder type, big punch type thing, whereas Muhammad Ali would wear you down.
Boxing and he had everything. He was just dance flat like a butterfly, was it?
Flat like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
Sting like a bee. That was his little. He was just unreal to watch.
So we hope stories are exaggerated.
No, I think I've seen him the last few years. He's just gone down, right down now. I think he can hardly talk now. He's lost a lot of weight. It's a shame he's going that way he's going, but he copped a lot of punches to the head over the years, and that's what happens for boxers, Colin.
So when we have read the reports that Muhammad Ali may be dying and he can't speak, but we hope he's better.
No, he won't get better, Colin. He's passed. It's a shame he's going the way he's going, Colin, because when you can't speak and you can't react, anyway, that's the way it goes, and hopefully pass away without too much more aggravation for his family. Okay,
well, we'll see how that goes. Now let's move on to the cricket. What do you think about Australia's one-day side now, Barry?
Well, they're starting to play some of the good players, like Mitchell Starc. Only played the last 2 games, took 5 wickets both times, and he was rested and dropped, and of course George Bailey made this unbelievable 125 yesterday.
He saved Australia.
He did, on his own.
At 6'98". Yeah. I was sort of thinking, maybe they might be lucky to get 200 here. But he batted really well up until about the 40th over, and then he just took off.
George Bailey hit 24 off 1 over. 3 sixes, a 4 and a 2. Well, what's his name? Marlon Brando. Not Marlon Brando. What's his name? The quick bowler?
I forget his name.
Dwayne Bravo?
Dwayne Bravo.
25 off the over, 24 of them. 3 6 and 4 and 2.
Yeah, that was the last over, I think it was. So He saved Australia.
Look, he can bat, but I told you a few weeks ago, they've just brought him up too quick to be captain. I just cannot. You've got to serve your apprenticeship, the same as Shane Warne said last week. He wanted. I said to you last week, I'd like to have Steve Orr in charge of it. Shane Warne mentioned Mark Taylor, but Mark Taylor's come out in the paper yesterday and said, no, I don't want to be chairman of the cricket board, and he said,
well, they've got one in Variety.
In Variety, he's not. He's there, but he's a nobody. He's hopeless. He's got to go.
Don't like him. Controversial.
No, but I think that. Look, see, once you get in that sort of bracket, chairman selectors, it's hard to get out and get in. They sort of say, right, he's out for 10 years. He's got to go. Got to go, Johnny boy. Step down.
The top order crumbled yesterday.
Yeah, I see Hughes coming number 3. I mean.
Yeah, that's his position now. They want him number 3 in tests, one days.
No, him and Ward are the opening pair of the one days in 2020s.
You know what I reckon it was a big mistake?
Well,
Maxwell needed to open.
He's the next future star, Maxwell.
He's unbelievable.
I watched him. He just smashes them. He's a bit like Warner, but he can bowl.
Even more so, more unconventional.
But he's a good bowler, a good off spinner.
So Khawaja's been dropped.
He's got to go.
He's dropped.
Well,
and for Watson's back in.
Well, that's something. Who was the other fellow that with him?
It would be Finch.
I tell you, he's had 3 in. He made 32.
Yeah, I think they want to try him out a bit more.
No. Anyway, but they had the right fast bowler in, and he was bowling his full overs and 5 for 20 and 5 for 12 in 2 different games, 2 separate games. That's winner.
Yeah. Mitchell Stark too.
That's what I say, Mitchell Stark. But Shane Watson wanted me just as interested to see if he bowls. He said he's not going to bowl.
Well, he'd be alright as an opening batsman though.
Oh yeah,
as a replacement for Warner.
He'll be opening the batting in England.
So this is why I can understand the Inverity's methods. Is they want to
don't go sticking with him at all, Con.
They want to get a squad together.
Silly.
Because what happens is they get injuries, and who do you have after that?
He's just got to go. Full stop. No arguments. Don't talk about rubbish. Shut up. He's got to go. And that's a fact, and everybody in the world,
I think we have to agree.
Including his mum.
I'm only saying that that's the reason why.
He's got no idea.
Well, still on cricket, there's a test match going on, South Africa versus Pakistan.
Barry. Well, Pakistan made 59 in the first innings, a riveting score.
49.
49, was it? Yeah. Dale Steyn, which I told you 2 or 3 months ago, Dale Steyn is the best fast bowler in the world. He took 6 for 8 off 10 overs. Extraordinary. 6 for 8 off 10 overs.
Yeah, it's right up there.
Right up there.
Yeah, it's right up there.
And he can bat too.
Yeah.
But instead of chasing, they declare they made 3 for 250. Now they've got to get 480 runs in 2 days. They'll probably get 50, 70. They're lucky.
Well, no, they've already got.
No, 147 they are.
No, they're 4 for 170 or something like that. Yeah.
They won't get them.
No, so they got 4 out for a bit. Need another. It's going to be a tough ask.
Well, the bookmakers in Pakistan are making fortunes here. They play dead over there.
Yeah.
They do.
You won't get any money for Pakistan.
Pakistani cricketers the last 20 years has been 20 sacked and disqualified or whatever from playing cricket. Taking money.
Well, we'll see. So that's a bit.
Well, wake up yourself, Pakistani cricketers.
Wake up yourself. Well, that's our cricket talk. Now, have you got any? What's happening at the Chelsea Football Club?
Chelsea Football Club. I went over there what's today? Monday. Went over there last Wednesday, and I was talking to Snake and Dunky and a couple of selectors there, and Graham, he's back on the committee, and there's no recruit signed up at the moment. There's only got 1 recruit signed up.
Well, that's shocking news, Barry. That should be the headline.
Well, I don't get too brash and harsh about it, because then it can happen in a couple of months. See, what happens when they get on the internet, they put themselves on the internet, these players, and they're generally pretty fit. So that if they're not training with a club, or thinking about going to some other club, they'll be keeping themselves pretty fit.
Yeah.
But there's only about 20 training out there last Wednesday night. And there's one fellow who's recruited, he's come from Morning and somebody places. But you've got to start get some contact.
So the early news for Chelsea Football Club is it's not looking good.
Well, can't get too carried away and have a go at too much. But you've got to have got something in line up, because otherwise you won't have the way we're going over the side.
In about a month's time, I think you'll give you
I
a
reckon-
full report of
I reckon they'll have a few fellas. I think last year we got 4 or 5 in the last 3 weeks before the season started. So it can happen pretty quick. But I hope that it can happen with some good players, Mr. Chelsea.
All right. Well, you just done one final thing, AFL interchange rule. They're talking about 20 a quarter.
Now, what did I say about that last year, Colin? I said that last year they should be down at least 20 a quarter.
At least?
At least, at the most.
At the
20
most.
a quarter.
Okay.
And they've come out and they must be looking at my video, because I said to you a few times last year, there's too many interchanges. There was 134 interchanges last year. Collingwood had 134.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Work that out. It's only 40 a quarter.
It's become a real tactic, isn't it?
Now,
and a lot of people don't like it. They say it's ugly and all sorts of things.
well, it's stuffing the game up because it's on and off and on. And, you know, who's on there and who's kicking goals.
Yeah.
But at least Mr. Demetrio is probably hurt. You must have watched my video, Mr. Andrew Demetrio, because I said that early last year. It might have been the year before. Twice I said that. It's too many. It's too many, and it's stuffing up the game.
Stuffing up the game.
Everybody's running into each other.
It's crazy.
It's coming off. And then they get fined for having an extra player on the
20
ground.
a quarter, that's 180. That's 80, isn't it?
80.
So that's a fair few.
It's still plenty, but most of the sides are having at least 110.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. That's your suggestion.
Well, that's going to happen in the NAB Cup in 2 weeks' time.
Oh, well, there you go.
And I think it'll be...
They had in the NAB Cup last year, though, wasn't it?
No, they didn't have not the interchange. They just had plenty of... they had about 6 interchanges. You can have 6, but it's going to be 20 a quarter. So that's very good. Good thinking. Take note of Barry Peatling occasionally.
All right, well, that's goodbye from me.
That's goodbye from me, and see you next time.